Schedule a Zoom with me at GCExperts.com/Zoom. How you doing?
Right on. And yourself, Mr. Sean, right?
Yeah, fantastic. What's your name?
Tony.
Hey, Tony, nice to meet you.
Right on, right on.
Well, how can I help you, sir?
I actually went did a little bit on a government job over here at Fort Polk in Louisiana, and I'm actually waiting for it to come back. See if I got a if it's only going against one person. But you said you have jobs to offer, or are you just helping us understand how to bid on it? As far as me, I'm pretty sure I bid it low.
Okay, I understand the confusion. So first of all, do you know what? I never know what people have seen about me before they show up in this Zoom. Tell me how you came across my stuff.
Well, I seen your video one time and I listened to it, went through all your prompts, your videos, and was just listening to how few people that you brought on have really excelled 60%.
Oh, it's actually quite higher than that. I don't know where the 60% number came from, but yeah, I've been teaching federal contracts for a long time, and I've done over 1,000 of them, over $1 billion worth of work. As far as answering your specific question about a job that you bid in that local area, I don't know anything about it. But if you ask me, I tell people that there's 35 years of federal contracts in this head. All you got to do is
That's
ask
pretty fun.
questions to bring it out. I've done everything from wind tunnels, water treatment plants to kitchen renovations. I've probably done $20
That's out
million
of my league.
of work in Louisiana, all over the place. At one time, I had 18 federal contracts going on at the same time in the New Orleans area between there were two Navy bases back then. One was Naval Air Station Belle Chase, and then there was another one. Forget the name of the area. It started with an A, maybe. It was on the West Bank, I think. But I did all kinds of work down there. Coast Guard. I think there's 3 Coast Guard stations down in that area. Anyway,
A
what kind
lot
of
of
work?
time.
Yeah, what kind of work are you into?
Well, I've done quite a bit of work. I started out welding, majored in welding technology, blueprints, and basic beads back in 2007. But I've excelled, worked offshore, welded on BOPs and machine shops. But I got construction background. I erected cell phone towers, telecommunication technician, operating as far as the equipment goes, shooting in steel, whatever's needed,
Yeah,
blows, man lift, scissor lift, boom lift, excavators, skid steers. Um, I've done all kinds of work, different types of work, and I figure I'd try to see if I can't get into bidding jobs and subcontracting it. I reckon.
that's exactly what I did. I wasn't out there doing any of that. Although I did, everybody in construction comes up in some line. And
Mm,
and I came in digital controls for like building automation, digital
sweet.
thermostats, putting chillers to work and HVAC stuff. That's really kind of my sweet spot. But I've done everything. Yeah.
Right on. I don't know. I just figure I'd take up some of your time, see if I can move forward with anything.
Well, did you watch the video with Michael where I talk about the 200 square foot tiny house and your 4 options?
No, sir.
Okay. So when you set this Zoom up with me, you would have gotten an email and a text message that said, watch this video prior to your Zoom with Sean.
Yeah, I think it might have been an older video
It is
for
an
some
older
reason.
video.
Oh, okay.
And the reason that I have people watch that video prior to talking to me live is because that particular contractor that I talked to, he was ready for the Zoom. I mean, he had a list of 50
Everything laid out.
questions and he just started peppering me with questions. How does this work? What does it do? How do you, when you're doing this, what happens then? I mean, he just asked me all these questions and I answered every single one of them live. Just boom, boom, boom. I said, what do you got next? Well, this is how
Huh,
that works. And so when I got done with that Zoom,
I
I
understand.
thought everybody who wants to talk to me should have to watch that because Nobody's ever been as prepared as he was to get into a Zoom with me and ask me, really deep
Wonderful news.
questions,
Hey,
interesting questions about federal government construction, including at the end of it, he goes, "Why the hell are you doing this? Why are you sharing the secrets of how to perform?" And I answered his question. I said, "Hey, look, here's my office. Here's my house. I'm retired. I walk every day between my
right?
house and my office. It's 2 blocks away. And I show on Google Maps, here's my house, here's my office." He asked me so many wonderful questions. And if you watch that video, you'll notice there's no editing. I never
Right.
edited a single
Full
thing out
flow.
of it. And it went on for an hour. In fact, at the end of it, I was like, dude, I got to move on. We're over an hour.
I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go check it out and prepare myself a little better.
Yeah. And look, when you're done watching, and look, I don't care if you watch it today, tomorrow, next week, a year from now. There's no hurry. You're never going to hear in any of my videos, "Hey, Tony, if you buy now, or if you get in by the end of February, or here's the 7 key steps, just buy my shit." You're never going to see anything like that. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're done watching that video, just text me back on that line that you got the text to come in the Zoom and just
All
say,
right.
hey, Sean, it's Tony. I watched that video and I got 3 more questions. Can we get on the phone?
Wonderful news. I thank you for your time.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you, let me give you a one big primer for that thing.
All right.
Well, I want to say 2 things before we get off the line. What was that I wanted to say? Well, I know what the second one is. So, you know what a SAM registration is, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You and I are going to play a game. Now, this is a 5th grade level game. Just follow along just because it's important. The end result of this line of questioning is important. So I'm going to give you the answer to the question before I ask you the question. The answer is SAM registration. Ready to play?
Ready.
There's one thing and one thing only required to be a federal contractor, and that is a
SAM registration.
So if you sell cake mix to the Navy so they can make cakes on ships, what do you need?
Doug.
You already failed, Tony. I told you I'm going to give you the answer to the question before I ask you the
Oh
question.
yeah. Cakes.
No, if you sell cake mix to the Navy so they can make cakes on ships, what do you need? A SAM registration. Okay.
Permanently. One thing. SAM registration.
If you sell bullets or aircraft parts or
SAM
even
registration.
construction goods and services, what do you need?
All the same thing. SAM registration.
Okay, now we're going to play the other part again. I'm going to give you 3 scenarios. You know what an electrical transformer is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Scenario number 1. The transformer shall be replaced by a licensed electrician in the state of Louisiana. Now, that has nothing to do with the company that got the job. All they needed was a SAM registration. But you got to hire a licensed electrician to replace that transformer in the state of Louisiana. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Scenario number 2. The transformer shall be replaced by a licensed electrician. Now, any licensed electrician from any state can go into Louisiana and replace that transformer. Understand, this is federal eminent domain property. There's no such thing as a state inspector going onto a federal job.
I understand.
Okay? Scenario number 3. The transformer shall be replaced. That literally means you and I can go out there on a Saturday and replace the transformer. That's how I can tell you I've done $1 billion worth of work for the federal government. I've never had a license of any kind other than a driver's license. Once you're SAM registered, you can bid on anything across the United States and hire subcontractors to do the work.
And that's another thing. I got my Class A CDL also.
Okay. You don't need that.
No, don't need none of it. See, this is wonderful news. I thank you for your time. This broke it
I
all down
remember
for me.
what the second thing was. The reason you want to watch that video is because there's something called no risk federal contracting. Now, I know that that's a foreign idea to contractors because construction equals risk. Hey, if we send a government employee out on that platform to weld the steel, he might fall off and die, and that's a problem for the federal government. So they want to hire,
Well,
they want to exchange dollars for risk. Okay.
no
So
risk.
so what the hell is no risk federal contracting? In that video that I sent you, the Michael video, I teach him how to bid federal contracts at zero risk. Zero. No
Sure.
risk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want to
Check it out.
watch that.
I am. I am. I want to go watch it right now because it
Okay.
seems like there's a lot of work coming up over here.
I'll be here all day.